If you've ever felt lost, defeated, or caught in the storms of your own life, this story will find you where you are. Because the sea of failure doesn't drown you, it teaches you how to sail. In the days when ships ruled the oceans and men charted their destinies by starlight, there lived a young sailor named Kael. From the time he was a boy, Kael would run to the harbor each dawn to watch the ships glide over the misty water. The sea called to him, wild, vast, and full of mystery. He didn't want riches or fame, he wanted freedom, to sail beyond the horizon, to prove he was more than an ordinary man. When he turned 18, he joined the Triumphant, a grand merchant ship led by Captain Kael, a man known for both his wisdom and his iron discipline. Under Alden's command, Kael learned the ways of the sea, how to read the wind, tie a knot blindfolded, and steer through the fiercest tides. But more than anything, he wanted to be seen, to be recognized as someone worthy of leading. One night, as dark clouds gathered on the horizon, the captain ordered the crew to drop anchor and wait for the storm to pass. But Kael's pride whispered, "If I can steer us through this, the crew will finally see what I'm capable of." So when the captain went below deck, Kael took the helm. The waves rose like giants, the wind screamed through the sails, and in minutes, chaos. The ship lurched violently, barrels rolled overboard, ropes snapped, and one of the masts cracked. By dawn, the sea was calm, but the Triumphant was nearly destroyed. Captain Kael looked at the wreckage, then at Kael, whose eyes were filled with regret. "You let pride steer your hands," the captain said quietly. "And pride, Kael, is the fastest way to sink." Kael was dismissed from the crew at the next port. The laughter of the sailors followed him down the dock like echoes of shame. That day, the dreamer who once loved the sea walked away from it, broken, humiliated, and afraid to ever try again. For weeks, Kael wandered the coastal towns. He found work mending nets, unloading crates, doing anything that didn't remind him of who he used to be. He watched ships leave every morning, their sails shining in the sunrise, and every time he felt a sharp ache in his chest. One evening, while sitting on the edge of a quiet pier, Kael noticed an old fisherman pulling his boat ashore. The man was weathered by years, but his eyes were alive with a calm strength. "You look like someone who's forgotten what the sea sounds like," the old man said. Kael looked up, startled. "The sea and we've said our goodbyes." The fisherman chuckled softly. "The sea never says goodbye, boy. It only waits until you're ready to listen again." Kael frowned. "What's there left to listen to? I failed. I almost destroyed a ship. I'm not meant for this life." The fisherman set down his net. "Then it's time you learn what no captain ever teaches. The 6 steps every sailor must take to face failure and rise again." Kael hesitated, but something in the old man's steady gaze made him nod. And so began the 6 lessons that would change him forever. Step number 1. Anchor in acceptance. The old man handed Kael a rope. He said, "Before you can sail again, you must drop anchor in truth. Face your storm without excuses." Kael spent nights by the sea, replaying his mistakes, the arrogance, the impatience, the pride. For the first time, he whispered, "I failed, but I'm still here." Step number 2. Read the currents. The fisherman taught him to watch the sea, the subtle pull of tides, the rhythm of waves, the signs before a storm. He said, "Every current is like a failure. It pushes you, but it also guides you if you pay attention." Kael began to see patterns, not problems. The sea was no longer his enemy. it was his teacher. Step number 3, repair your ship. Day after day, Kael helped repair the old fisherman's boat, sanding wood, fixing sails, sealing cracks. And with every repair, he felt himself rebuilding too. His hands, once reckless, grew careful and steady. "Every hole you patch is a part of your strength returning," said the old man. Step number 4, sail through the storm. One night, the sea turned wild again. The fisherman looked at him and said, "It's time." Kael took the tiller. The storm roared, waves crashing, lightning splitting the sky. And this time, he didn't panic. He breathed, listened, adjusted the sails, and trusted what he'd learned. And when the storm passed, he stood, drenched but unbroken. He whispered to the wind, "I'm not afraid anymore." Step number 5, trust the stars again. After the storm, the sky cleared, revealing 1,000 glittering stars. Those are the same stars that guided you before. Failure only blinded you to them. Kael realized the stars hadn't disappeared. His faith had, and now it had returned. Step number 6, share the map. When Kael finally built his own ship, he invited other lost sailors aboard, men who had once failed just as he had. He taught them what the old man had taught him. He said, "A true sailor isn't the one who never faces storms, but the one who learns to guide others through them." Years later, Kael became captain of the Phoenix Tide, a ship that carried hope, not pride. But destiny wasn't done testing him. One voyage, a storm unlike any other struck. Winds screamed, waves towered, the ship groaned under pressure. His crew looked to him, fear in their eyes. "Captain, what do we do?" Kael gripped the wheel and shouted above the thunder, "Hold fast! We've faced storms before, and we'll rise again." Hours passed, and the sea raged, but Kael never let go. Every roar of the wind reminded him of how far he'd come, how much he'd grown. When dawn finally broke, the storm had passed. The crew cheered, exhausted but alive. Kael looked out at the golden horizon, eyes glistening. He said softly, "I failed once because I feared the storm. Now I lead because I understand it." He smiled, not with pride, but with peace. The boy who once sank in failure had become a man forged by it. The lesson is simple. Failure isn't the storm that sinks you, it's the wind that teaches you how to steer. Every fall, every loss is just another tide pushing you toward strength. If this story touched your soul, subscribe for more timeless tales of courage and transformation. Because no matter how rough your sea gets, remember, you were born to sail through it.